This PowerPoint is about broadband in Gloucester County, the who, what, where, and how of connectivity. Who? Who has access? Cox Communications is the only provider of broadband in Gloucester. They cover approximately 86% of the county. Now, as construction occurs with new homes, subdivisions, and businesses, it may help Cox expand their service area to where they can reach people who are currently unserved. Citizens also use satellite, fixed wireless, and most of us use cell phones to connect to the internet. The speeds of these options that are inconsistent, they can be throttled back during peak hours. None of these types of options count as broadband. Broadband is a better internet, and it has a minimum mandatory speed at all times of 25/3 megabits per second. The red dots on this county map show the locations of unserved structures. Now the dots are blown up way disproportionately to indicate the unserved locations are throughout the county. It's not just the northern end or the eastern, it's all over the county. There are approximately 2,500 unserved structures, which only represents about 14% of the total homes and businesses. So if these dots were to actual size, you would see thousands more of other dots where Cox currently does provide coverage. The county applies for state grants annually. We received one grant that expanded service by Cox in the Glens area, and we were awarded another grant earlier this year that we are now administering. Gloucester contracted with Open Broadband LLC to provide fixed wireless service throughout the county. Open Broadband uses fiber backhaul, which raises their speeds to be different than the few existing fixed wireless providers that are now in the county. Gloucester is providing for 3 years free use of their communication towers, their water towers, and county building rooftops for antennas to distribute the broadband network. Open Broadband is based out of North Carolina. We are their first customer in Virginia, so how they perform here will impact the opportunities they have to expand throughout the state. Another what? What is fixed wireless broadband? Fixed wireless means that your service is fixed, unlike a cell phone that you can carry with you and use wherever you go. It uses a wireless signal instead of cables and fibers that Cox and other wired companies use. The technology is less expensive to build than burying fiber or carrying cable from pole to pole. Fixed wireless is not impacted by storms like satellite or dish TV. It can, however, have difficulties passing through tree-covered areas and walls. Companies use different radio signals to penetrate the barriers. Like cable, there are different speeds and service levels that can be purchased depending upon the. Where will broadband be added? The county received a state VODI grant that will provide service to the 133 homes and businesses in the northern part of the county. The grant is a partnership with Matthews County, and service will be provided to their county as well. The areas were selected because they met very restrictive grant criteria. The communication tower near the landfill off of Route 17 will be used to provide broadband in Gloucester. This image shows where service will be provided through the VODI grant. In the top, it shows the Glens area coming from the communications tower. That's the little image. And going out from there, we're calling it a cone of service. And in Matthews, you see that over to the right of the Gloucester Knock, which is where our emergency communications center is. So it gives you an idea of the locations in both counties. Where else will broadband be added? From the initial grant location, a network will be designed to reach homes and businesses throughout the county, providing universal broadband access, blanketing Gloucester County with broadband access. The county is considering applying for additional grants and/or utilizing COVID recovery funds to help pay for the expansion. And of course, Open Broadband will also be contributing to the cost. This is a very simple map that shows rings of potential service areas from county towers. The final network design will indicate the need for additional poles to ensure that the signals get through our forested areas and that we reach outside of the rings. When? When will this happen? The VADI grant will be completed by August 2022. Open Broadband is going to be working on designing the new service areas to the rest of the county at the same time as they're working on the VADI grant. We anticipate about a 2-year window to have access throughout all of Gloucester. The timing is going to depend upon funding availability and competition for parts and supplies. How? How can I get fixed wireless service? If you lived in an unserved location, please make sure that your street address is included on the county unserved address roster that's located on the Broadband hub of the county's website. Registration for service will be through the provider, not the county. The county will provide information through social media and public meetings that we arrange with Open Broadband. Each home or building that connects to the network map must have an antenna that receives the signal and a router that will provide Wi-Fi service within the home or business. The picture on the left shows an antenna attached to a home receiving the signal from a water tower. The installer tests the antenna strength at different locations around the house. Sometimes a pole is needed, which can raise the fee for the service. The image shows an outdoor antenna and the indoor equipment providing the Wi-Fi throughout the house. The cable that runs from the outside to the inside of the house is also installed by Open Broadband workers. How? How much does it cost? The cost for the equipment for the homeowner or the business owner can range from $400 to $850 or even more. That's normally paid by the subscriber. We're trying to get the cost for this equipment to be covered by our grants. And that's for the unserved locations. People who want to switch service from Cox to Open Broadband will not be provided any financial assistance. The installation fee is the subscriber's responsibility, and oftentimes the company will work with people and prorate that fee, which could be $150 to $200, into their monthly bill. And the monthly service fees start at about $50 for the basic level of service. Both counties will be working on ways to help bridge the digital divide. Fundraising and grant writing will be utilized to help people who cannot afford equipment or the service. In addition to helping people with lower incomes, bridging the divide also means ensuring students have the resources needed to be on a level playing field with each other. Helping older adults and others who need technical assistance for banking, telehealth, etc. Promoting job training and teleworking capacities, especially for people who do not have reliable transportation. So stay tuned. Updates will be posted on the Broadband Hub and through social media as frequently as possible. And for more information, you can contact me, Carol Steele, Acting County Administrator, and my phone number and email address are listed for you. Thank you.